Democratic presidential candidate John Edwards seems to be taking a little bit of a new tone on the campaign trail. After a series of sharp attacks, he's now minimizing criticism of his opponents. What are we missing? Well, let's ask John Edwards. He's joining us now from Charleston, South Carolina. Senator, thanks very much for coming in. Are we seeing a new strategy, less than a month before the Iowa caucuses?
No, you're seeing me be me. I think we're a little less than 30 days before the Iowa caucus and closer to the New Hampshire primary. And I think what caucus goers and voters want to see from me and from the other candidates is they want to hear what your vision is for the country. So I want them to see exactly what I would do as President of the United States and visualize me in that role.
Because a lot of us remember, Senator, 4 years ago when Gephardt and Howard Dean, they were battling each other, and you came across as Mr. Nice Guy, and you wound up doing really well in Iowa 4 years ago. And some are suggesting now that Hillary Clinton and Barack Obama are really battling, you're taking the high road.
Well, I think it's what my responsibility is as a presidential candidate, Wolf. I mean, I want to make it clear to people what I want to do, what my positive message is, and what my positive agenda will be as President of the United States. So it's just that simple. That's exactly what I intend to focus on here at the end.
What about this new national intelligence estimate on Iran that it actually stopped working on a nuclear weapons program 4 years ago? In terms of the political fallout on the Democratic campaign race, what does it mean from your perspective?
It means that people like me who spoke up very strongly against Bush and Cheney on their saber rattling about Iran and against this important resolution that the Senate voted on the Iranian Revolutionary Guard, it means that we were right, and it's now been verified that they needed to be stopped and there was no factual basis for them to continue this march to war.
Because I'm giving you an opening to criticize Hillary Clinton, but I see you're not taking that opening.
No, listen, I've made it very clear that Senator Clinton voted for the resolution. I differ with her about that. We have a very different view. I think it's really important on this issue to stand up to Bush and Cheney and the neocons. And I made it clear at the time. I stand by that. I haven't changed at all. But I want people to see exactly what I would do as President of the United States. And I've just told you, I think on this issue, we have to stop Bush and Cheney.
What about Mitt Romney's speech today? I don't know if you had a chance to watch it, to listen to it, get a report on it. He spoke about his Mormon faith. Should that be an issue at all in the United States in this year, that a candidate has to go out and speak about his personal religious faith?
Well, I know we've had a history of this, with John Kennedy and other presidential candidates. I think that from my perspective, my faith is hugely important to me. I also see an enormous responsibility as president to maintain separation between church and state. I mean, it's not my job, even though my faith is very important and personal to me every day of my life, it is not my job to impose my faith on America. And I assume that Governor Romney thought this was something he needed to speak about.
Well, on that issue of separation of church and state, John F. Kennedy back in 1960 said there must be a wall there. But Mitt Romney was suggesting there shouldn't necessarily be such a wall. Listen to this little clip from his speech.
Religion is seen as merely a private affair with no place in public life. It's as if they're intent on establishing a new religion in America, the religion of secularism. They are wrong.
You want to comment on that?
Well, listen, I grew up in the South, and I was baptized as a Southern Baptist. I believe that issues that go across the lines between one faith and another, like doing something about poverty in America, doing something about 200,000 veterans who go to sleep under bridges and on grates every night, 35 million people who went hungry in America last year. I think those are the kind of issues that can unite us on moral grounds across some of the faith differences that we have in this country. But when you're President of the United States, Wolf, you're President for all of the American people. And that means President for those with different faith beliefs and President for those who have no faith beliefs. And I believe that is my responsibility as President.
Your wife told me last week that if you or any of the other Democratic candidates come in third in Iowa, it could be the end of the presidential campaign. Is she right?
There goes Elizabeth again. No, here's what I think. I think it depends on exactly what happens. I mean, I think it's unpredictable. Iowa is, I mean, for example, if we're all bunched up together, that's one thing. If there's separation between us, that's something different. I think that what we know is we're in a deadlock in Iowa. Right now, we're very much in a dead heat. And I think somebody will emerge, and whoever emerges will have enormous momentum. And I think what people are looking for in Iowa, I mean, I know these people, Wolf. I think the caucus goers in Iowa are looking for somebody who's strong, who understands working people. This is where I come from. They know that. And they're looking for somebody who's got some backbone that'll fight for them. And that's exactly what I'll do.
Senator Edwards, thanks for coming in.
Thanks, Wolf. Thanks for having me.